достаточно необычно.
Но это вообще герой, который не такой, на самом деле, сложный, там, в управлении, исполнении, ходит он на оффлейн, и, собственно, как раз-таки те же LQ показывали, возможно, сегодня мы увидим Андерлорда в исполнении Фаника, и я наблюдал такие моменты, когда вот нет каких-то, да, вот красивых с ультимейтом Андерлорда, когда вот из первой доты, мы, помнишь, смотрели вот эти демки перед выходом этого героя во вторую доту, здесь ультимейт используется там в основном на сейв, да, то есть вы запушили, вы, чтобы не тратить лишние ТПшки, прилетели к себе на базу, да, и просто опять разбрелись, чтобы не терять время.
Да,
ну, это тоже,
да,
это тоже опция, это тоже, в принципе, круто.
Да, все верно. Так, ну и что у нас получается по банам? Улетает Лайстейлер, также Снайпер, Луна, ОД, по таким тяжеловесам прошлись Френдс.
Мипа мне очень интересен этот бан. Очень часто можно увидеть его в Китае, в Азии.
Это
setup for when it comes to team comp. Like everyone's just drafting heroes like can just keep fighting, like constantly fight. I think it's more interesting is first ban Meepo. Do you have any idea what this is about?
You know, I think that it does have to do probably with a team specific thing. Meepo, they've played it 3 times on the side of Empire over the past month or so, and I think that they do have somebody on their team that's a Meepo spammer. 100% win rate on that hero so far. I'll actually look up who it is in particular, but it might be Chappie. Am I right on that? I can't quite remember. It's been a little while since I've watched Empire play.
Okay, I mean, I'm definitely not doubting the strength of the hero. It's just not something I see all the time. Because, I mean, if you have a really good Meepo player, I think Meepo is actually pretty damn good this patch, because you can just, like, micro yourself into getting, like, 3 or 4 bounty fruits potentially.
God.
And you just skyrocket.
Yeah, that's pretty terrifying. And I think that also it's just a hero that we're already talking about the scalability of how much people fight and stuff, and he's a hero that just comes online so quickly and causes a ton of those issues. I think that if you don't have a Meepo player on your team, you need to start thinking about getting one. But anyways, besides that, what else are you noticing in this draft here? I mean, we've already talked about a little bit the Bounty Hunter there. We saw EG do some really cool stuff with Underlord a little while back when they were playing, where they would Dark Rift to a shrine so that they could heal up and immediately take an objective. Anything else coming to mind with you with the drafts, things that you might be worried about?
I don't think there's anything too noteworthy as of yet. A lot of this stuff is kind of standard. I guess one of the newer ones is just to see Earth Spirit getting picked up again, because it seems to have fallen out of favor for a bit. Because you know, heroes like you said, Underlord and Slardar. I think even Bounty Hunter is definitely up there as well.
Yeah. He's a problem. God, that hero.
10 seconds
Earth Spirit's there, you mentioned. Luna also banned out. I've seen a lot of pro players complaining about the Luna spamming in pubs. So I can only imagine that that's something else they want to get out of there. But it does feel like it's very heavily focused on these right-click carries for both teams. You know, you got Sniper taking out the OD as well. I won't have to deal with it.
You gotta remember, it's not just the Luna; it's an SD Luna. That's when it really gets you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's crazy to me that how much that has gotten nerfed and it's still that strong. That the hero combination is just so good inherently, because you don't have to give up anything by sieging, and that's something that's like, you know, that's one of the ways that teams would be able to sort of hold, is just make that high ground impenetrable, and SD Luna doesn't allow it. It's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even that aside, I mean, the team fight is just so damn strong. Like, 2 illusions are enough to just demolish your supports, even carries. Like, the damage that comes out of those 2 illusions is just insane.
God, that's a problem. And well, we're also going to see the Shadow Shaman now. Is this a hero that you've seen a lot of recently? What do you think?
I have not seen this hero at all.
Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I think he's pretty decent when it comes to fighting a
5
lot,
seconds
but
remaining.
not against a bounty hunter. I feel like it's a little lackluster against a bounty hunter. So
Reserve
I think we're going to
time.
be seeing something more like pushing oriented coming out of Friends. I feel like they should try their best to play around the wards rather than, you know, fight. You just group up and
Dire
take like
team pick.
good team fights for yourself where you can fight around the wards.
Well, and Shadow Fiend certainly can do some of that. In the games that you've seen with Shadow Fiend, has it mainly just been built as like the right-click carry, or have we been seeing more of like the
10
Yules,
seconds
like
remaining.
Aghanims that apparently some people have been playing in the SEA region at all?
5 seconds remaining.
A lot of the teams that I've been watching running it, they've been doing it like
Reserve
the
time.
like a really standard right clicker.
Really?
But I feel like getting Scepter is actually really good this
Templar
patch
Assassin.
because of the third talent that you get
Radiant
for
team
getting more
back.
damage per soul.
Yeah, that is something that, I mean, it does just do a ton of extra damage. You have to wait a while to get there. I don't imagine that we're going to be seeing too many Shadow Fiends with Midases to try and
10
get the levels up,
seconds
but you
remaining.
never know. It's 7.01. It's a possibility.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, the thing about Shadowfiend is that he farms pretty damn fast anyways, right? So
Reserve
even without
time.
Midas, you're gonna hit 20 decently fast. And the thing with the Scepter build and having the bonus
Dire
damage on
team
souls
back.
is just like, just by having that one item and your passive, like you're hitting for 300 damage with like a pair of boots and a Scepter.
Yeah, that's pretty absurd. That is a lot of damage. And I mean,
10
what's the
seconds
max
remaining.
soul count go up to with the Aghanims? I can't remember quite what it is.
It goes up to
5
46.
seconds.
46. Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot of freaking damage. Well, we'll see if it's something that they do end up going
Reserve
back for.
time.
Certainly a possibility. We're seeing just like a lot of minus armor from both teams.
Dire
You
team
know,
pick.
TA being taken out there as well as the Slaughter. A lot of Roche taking potential on Friends. Another thing to talk about, when 7.00 was out, the win rate for Radiant was up to 7% almost across the board for every hero in all ranks. It's dropped down a
10
little bit more to
seconds
5%,
remaining.
but you still have the fact that Dire Side no longer has that Radiant
5
advantage, or has
seconds
that
remaining.
advantage with Roshan, and now Radiant kind of contains it. Juggernaut, another one taking more physical
Radiant
damage,
team
doubled down
pick.
upon. Do you like this lineup from Friends? Do you feel like it's missing anything at all?
This feels like a very, very, very old type of lineup. We're talking like I can't remember the last time I saw Juggernaut Shadow Shaman. This is
10
like
seconds
before Dota 2
remaining.
even came out kind of lineup. So classic combo here. We're gonna have to
5
see, you know,
seconds
just how
remaining.
well they take fights around the wards. I feel like the first couple of uses of the wards are gonna be really
Reserve
important because that's
time.
kind of it's gonna be what dictates whether or not they're gonna get the early towers or not. So
Early fights with the wards. Heard it here first. And now for Team Empire. Already with the Underlord, Bounty Hunter, Dazzle, and Shadow Fiend. More minus armor abound and plus armor as well. It feels like this is probably going to be a dual aggressive offlane with the Underlord and the Bounty Hunter. Do you think the Bounty Hunter roams more, or can he stay up top and try and get stuff done there?
I mean, I think as a bounty hunter, you just kind of do, you know, the standard bounty hunter stuff. You just walk around, see wherever you can bother people, and then once you do that for maybe like 5 to 6 minutes, then maybe someone will give you a lane to catch up in.
Okay. I guess the other problem that we have seen sometimes too with the Shadow Fiend is, I remember back in like 6.83 days, and just throughout Shadow Fiend's career as a hero mid player, he's gankable, very
10
heavily
seconds
gankable.
remaining.
With an Earth Spirit in there, I'm a little bit concerned about it, but they're going to take the Timber Saw as the last pick. I'm assuming this is safe lane?
This is probably safe lane Timbersaw. I mean, I think it's pretty good here. Definitely a hero that just kind of like demolishes the entire Dire lineup right now. Because
Prepare for battle.
even with all the minus armor, I mean, you're a Timbersaw, so gonna just have to see how they run this core Timber. I think it's more than enough though.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it ends up working out. Very interested to see those early engagements and movements across the map. It doesn't look like they're all tagged up as their proper names, but that's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. We got some symbol playing Shadow Fiend as well. Always a classic.
Oh god, I have no idea who's who.
Well, got YY. We'll assume that they're, you know, normal people. Bounty or rather, Observer Wood placed down by Bounty. Always want to fly in the area. We'll probably be calling a lot of people by their names of their heroes. This could be a kill if they're not careful.
30 seconds
Spin
to
as
battle.
well as Shackles, and that Bounty Hunter would have died.
He found out. He placed the ward and he clicked on Shadow Shaman, I'm pretty sure, and saw that he dropped the sentry.
Okay. Yeah, we'll click back up. They're not going to give up any bounty runes here. It does look also like Templar Assassin should be able to secure her own bounty rune. The only one potentially would be Slardar down here trying to mess with this Timbersaw. Chappie in the area, and he might not be able to get this. If a crush comes out, you want to at least force a crush here, I'd assume. Wow, he just gets to walk away with that. All right.
Yeah. Didn't even attempt it.
Well, early movement down. Obviously, having the Timbersaw, this means that you can go solo there and give that help to the Shadow Fiend in the mid that we were sort of talking about. What do you think about these lane matchups here?
I think Shadow Fiend actually does pretty well against TA. I mean, most of the time people regard TA versus SF TA favored, but I think with a little bit of help and getting your Shadow Fiend to 3 earlier than the TA, you actually win this thing as Shadow Fiend. Timbersaw versus Slardar, I'm pretty sure Timbersaw should do fine. And this offlane, I think Ghost Stick should be fine as Underlord. I don't think there's enough magic damage to take him down unless Shadow Shaman gets, like, you know, a full combo off.
And I guess it's worth noting that if Bounty wants to, he could invest into an early point and Shuriken to cancel out those Shackles. But here is that Shackles that we were talking about. Doesn't have it as of yet. Ghost Stick dealing and taking a good bit of damage. Is going to be able to walk away from that one. So looks like they'll be able to keep that from being an early kill. Always want to fly. Also force back.
Yeah, that damn Underlord. So tanky. You have to burst him down with magic, but this is not nearly enough magic damage. Level 1 Blade Flurry is just not enough. You would need all 3 heroes, and even then it might be questionable at best.
Oh my god. Well, early movement out there. We'll keep our eyes on these other lanes as we go. It looks like this has turned into more of a straight up 1v1, although we do have a rotation in from the Earth Spirit. He would really want to help out his TA here if possible. God, really low. Shadow Fiend potentially going to get rolled on. Does get the slowdown, but TA not in position to help out.
Well, it looks like they're both hitting 3 at the same time, so I guess this is just a huge, like, mechanical fight. Oh, Bounty Hunter picked up double damage.
This is...
No, he should be fine.
Maybe?
He should be fine.
He does have a roll. He's not rolling. Oh, goes for the fountain. All right. Or rather, Shrine. Going to heal up a little bit. Bounty is still here. Roll is available, but it looks like... I mean, that's a win, though, right?
Using up the Shrine, I guess. I mean, it's a small victory. I don't think it's, like, too big of a deal.
Okay. We'll see if it comes back to play something a little bit later on. But yeah, it could not end up being anything, really, as it looks like the TA is going to go pick up this bounty rune. Earth Spirit leaves it like a good support should, and I'll always want to fly is just going to head back in. Trying to get the courier won't happen, though. Maybe?
Oh, no, that's fine. So no courier snipes are going to be happening. Top lane, kind of, seems like it's going fine for Underlord. He's level 3, it's not that bad for him.
Earth Spirit keeps on just getting harassed away by always want to fly. This bounty hunter is getting a decent amount of movement across the map here. Meanwhile, top lane, you do see Underlord continuing to run here at the Juggernaut, also simultaneously going after that Shadow Shaman. He is just not letting up the aggression. This Underlord, I mean, is there any real great way to stop him outside of just trying to nuke him down early?
I mean, their team comp just isn't enough to deal with it right now. I mean, they're just going to have to let him farm and get levels, because, I mean, your Earth Spirit's only level 1, and your Ross is level 2, he has to go back to base. It's just a Juggernaut now, so...
Oh god, an Elementary in the mid lane, raise one, needs a second one, can he get it? Doesn't look like he's gonna go for it. It's back a little bit longer, but... And Shadow Fiend back in a strong way, he's looking really good. I'm glad to see him in the meta again.
Well, you say that now, but once if he comes back too strong and you see him every game, people are going to complain again.
That's fair enough. I guess that's the Oh, Juggernaut chasing. Not going to be able to catch up to that Dazzle there. The ward was given some vision or spear in the area. They might have been able to do something, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
But yeah, I think Dire needs to look to try to gank this Shadow Fiend. I think Shadow Fiend's like by far their best target because, I mean, Timbersaw is Timbersaw. It's always going to be difficult to take out a Timbersaw, and Underlord just is so damn tanky with that aura, and he even has PMS as well. So if they're going to try to gank anyone, I feel like it should be the Shadow Fiend.
Uh-oh. Well, and with King R gone, this would be a pretty good time to make it happen. We do have 2 points still held by Dazzle, so Shallow Grave can be used if they wanted to go for something like that in a defense. Although, I don't know if he has a TP on him. Let's look, he does. It feels like so far they've really gotten a good start here, Empire. Again, sorry for any of the issues with the naming stuff going on. It looks like there's still some bugs going throughout the Dota 2 world. Anything that you're really looking to over the next couple of minutes? What are you feeling like the objectives of these two teams are going to be?
I think Dire's is way more like pick-off oriented. You definitely want to do your best to get the like core mobility items up before you try to do anything. And Radiant just needs levels, and then they can start grouping up. And once they start grouping up, then it just really depends on the timing. Oh, Chappie.
Oh my god.
Just chunk them. I mean, that's the Timbersaw versus Strength matchup.
Oh, roll in. Meanwhile, nice kickback on Always Want to Fly mid lane. Does look like they're going to be able to take him down. So first blood drawn at 5 minutes. Now, I signed up to see some CIS Dota. I'm not fully impressed yet with these two.
Rolling it again.
All right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Shadow Fiend goes down. All right. Looks like they heard me talking.
Yeah, so focusing on this middle lane is definitely where they want to be focusing, because every other lane is just kind of too difficult to deal with.
Oh.
But you know, I think this is still fine for Radiant. You know, losing 2 kills is definitely never a good thing, but they just need to finish like Mono Boot and probably Mech on Pit Lord before they decide to don't do anything, and then just group up, and their 5-man is like pretty damn strong.
Well, we do notice that, you know, you got Slardar hanging out behind the tier 1 tower, and meanwhile Juggernaut does have a mango so you can pop if they want to go for an Omni Slash, but it doesn't feel like there's really a great way to find any type of kill. Meanwhile, you know, Earth Spirit heads back home. Looks like Slardar's going to pick up some more experience, has 6 already, and well, Dazzle still doesn't want to play Dota anymore.
That's Smiley. Oh, I like it.
What the fuck is going on?
Just... well, that's the European Smiley.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
Oh, nice Casper. The RU caster's getting on it. We don't want to invade.
Yeah, it's not our place to join in.
We're not EUs. We're on the west coast of the US. It's early morning for us. That's fine. Well, we've already talked a little bit about, if anybody wants to translate that, feel free. We talked about Underlord getting in towards the mechanism. Are they doing this for our effect? I like it. It's great. He's already gotten a ton out of this off lane. Likewise, Slardar has as well. Are you feeling like one team has sort of gotten more out of the laning stage, or is a little bit more happy with the way the game is going?
For the most part, I think it's like it was pretty even. But now, whatever advantage Dire team has, it's just based off the 2 kills in it. That's about it. So everything should still be fairly even in terms of just laning.
1 second, I just want to check one thing real quickly. We'll be right back, folks. Never fear, Dota 2 will be here. I just need to put the overlay on for 1 second. All right, wonderful. All right, we're back. Looks like bottom lane, there could be some action going. Bounty Hunter shows up again. The Crush not going to end up going for it. They have the sprint instead, and now jumping forward. Well, Earth Spirit's in the area as well. Not going to be able to find the kill on that Slardar, but they might be able to bring down Always Want to Fly, and Omni Slash is also available if he wants to pop that Mango. Brought in the Ring of Protection as well. They've already taken down the Bounty Hunter and trying to find Chappie now. A little bit of a pause. Dazzle again has DC'd.
It's poor Dazzle. Just can't stay in the game for longer than like 30 seconds right now.
Well, this is not what you wanted to have happen. I mean, it's not often that you end up getting a ton of these types of issues, but when it does, it does really, really suck. I'm trying to think now as well, like going forward into the next couple of minutes. You've already got yourself a TA who's, you know, building towards those treads. Can she start taking out those ancients as well? We haven't seen many stacks.
I don't think so. I don't think, like, unless one of your supports stacks it every single, every other minute, I don't think it's really worth farming anymore. And I actually think it's, I could be wrong, but it feels really, really difficult to farm ancients right now. Just because if you end up getting, like, if you get a dragon stack and then you get the life regen stack, I actually don't even think you could kill it now.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. It just felt like that when I played it.
I mean, it's a hell of a lot of survivability on those. As it looks like they're thinking about diving bottom. Chappie gone in on again, stunned up, silence, everything thrown at him, and he does get graved, so might be able to turn this back around. Juggernaut thinking about diving, game body blocked in by some creeps. So silenced. The Chakram's going to come back in, and Kingar quick on the movement to help out his buddy.
Yeah, very well played by Dire as well, just understanding, you know, we shouldn't dive this. Very disciplined play.
Don't want to get caught out.
Oh, top lane?
They found
Another
Ghost Stick.
stun.
All right, stunned up,
He's
controlled
very
as well, and that's the kill they needed.
The pickoff lineup is working so far. I mean, they're... This Slardar is just everywhere. I could have sworn I just saw him bottom and all of a sudden he stopped.
Realizing that his team needs him. And, I mean, that's going to get him to a pretty quick... Oh, my God. Is he going to actually kill Earth Spirit here? Shuriken for the win. All right, always want to fly slow down a little bit, but no way to reveal. Means that he can just keep on soaking up experience here. Happy as a clam.
What a strategy this is.
Dire's
Pretty damn
bottom
effective
tower
one too,
is under
right?
attack.
Yeah,
Let's say so myself.
he's going to get his 6, no problem. And, I mean, meanwhile, you know, Slardar off the map, you're free as the Underlord here to stay in lane, and nobody can really do anything to stop you. So, getting a lot out of the map right here. Empire making it work.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see, what is the draft looking like? It looks like... Yeah, it's still pretty even. It's just a slight gold advantage to Dire from the first bloods, or maybe like the first 4 kills. But overall, the game's still pretty even. I think Underlord is not really close to Mech, but I think he's actually strong enough to fight already. I think we'll see them grouping up once Bounty Hunter and Dazzle start, or get their level 6s.
Okay. And I mean, Bounty is getting ever closer to that. Just a few hundred experience away, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, we don't have the numbers down there anymore, but that's fine. DD Rune as well. But on the line, we'll see if they do end up picking that for the TA. Always Want to Fly is going to come in, steal it away from him. Now realizing that somebody else is in the area, is in a little bit of trouble. Chased down as well by the Timber, slowed by the Bounty, but have that movement speed to keep up with the sprinting Slardar TP. And is going to come in as well from the Earth Spirit. Pushes back Kingar with the silence. Oh, good plays by that Earth Spirit.
Yeah, that was...
Oh.
They broke the smoke.
Always Want to Fly is in trouble right now, but I think you take that one.
That was a really good play by Earth Spirit.
I mean, he's been having himself a decent game, and you know, you talk about the group up that's going to come from, well, a disconnecting Dazzle who's constantly gone, but Earth Spirit's pretty great at being able to deal with it as well, right? Like, he's going to have his level 6 up very soon.
Yeah, he's recovered pretty well, pretty nicely. I mean, he's suffered big time in the early game because Bounty Hunter just completely shut him down. He was like level 1 for the first 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still barely, you know, level 5.5 at 11 minutes, but he's, you know, helping his team set up. It's definitely pretty good for him so far. 1-1-4.
Well, we're still waiting for everybody to pop back into this game. Looks like there's still some more talking that's happening. Hopefully it's all in good fun, and I mean, I was taking a look, and there's definitely some like banter that was going on via Twitter before this started, and it felt like there was a lot of people that were in sort of good spirits about the match. There's definitely a friendly rivalry that goes on between Friends and Empire, I would say. Two of the better teams out of the CIS region.
I mean, I don't doubt it. I feel like a lot of these players have played with each other at some stage in their careers so far.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Always want to fly. You got Ghost Stick that's up here as well, pressuring the tier 1 as a
Radiant
first
structures
instance
are
of wards
fortified.
has been used by the Shadow Shaman, and this should secure a tier 1 tower. The problem. Oh, is Always Want to Fly going to get that courier? No, I'm not going to be able to find it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Tracked up, backed out. And now we're going to see the movement from Empire. A little bit later than the movement that came from Friends. So we might see a defensive this tier 1 potentially.
Yep, all of them are heading up here. Is Sugar not going to survive this?
He should realize this is happening, right? Movement in, not revealed
I mean,
yet.
he can just spin and TP out. There's actually no way they can stop it unless they do enough damage.
Looks like also the Dazzle shows up there bottom to help out his buddy. Is going to get caught out now by the Pit of Malice. Spin is going to go. Has not TP'd as of yet. Is going to get rolled upon, but Earth Spirit shows up as well. Kills off Always Want to Fly. And, oh, that was baited if I ever saw it.
That was definitely baited. Interesting thing to note. I see Timbersaw with a medallion. I don't think I've ever seen this build before.
Yeah, I was noticing that. He was picking up the Solar Crest. Although he actually ends up going back now for the point booster. What do you think about it? I guess that they're trying to use it to get Roshan eventually? Is that the idea?
I mean, overall, it's still like pretty damn effective, right, for your team. You have a Shadow Fiend, you can make use of it, and I mean, if you don't use it, I mean, it's still an armor item, right? It's
Yeah.
like 7 armor for yourself. So it's just kind of interesting. Never really see this
Dire's
item picked
bottom
up
tower
on
is
a
under
Timbersaw.
attack.
Gonna just have to wait and see how he uses it.
Soldier's
Totally. Looks like Chappie as well is going to go back,
Dire's
try and
middle tower
secure
is
himself
under
more. He is
attack.
going to finish off the Solar Crest again, at least. It looks like the Talisman Evasion again picked up. Denied
Dire's
tower,
middle
Always Want to
tower
Fly his
has
middle,
been
and
denied.
they might try and go now on this TA if they can get into
Radiant's
range.
top tower is under attack.
A couple other heroes in the area, but I think that Elementary might be aware that something's going on. Backs out again, and the roll-in is not going to be able to make anything happen with the Earth Spirit. Whose helmet?
TA's got Blink. I think they should be grouping up at this point. But they smoked up. We'll see where this one-man smoke is going to lead them.
Yeah, well, that was really odd. I'm not exactly sure what's going on over there. They are going to reveal Always Want to Fly, and they get the silenced out. That should be another kill. So he keeps on dying, but it's kind of okay. Still very odd, this one-man smoke. I mean, if he can actually get a
I think
Shadow
he just
Fiend-
wanted. I think he just wanted to go ward.
Dire's
Mostly.
middle tower
But,
is under attack.
I mean, they spotted Always Want to Fly with his ward, unfortunately for him. They go straight into Roshan.
Okay.
How will the Dominator judge? Oh, they
Is
commit
under attack.
the wards as well.
Yeah, they dropped the weave onto these guys, though, and now the Chakram's going to go into the midst of it. They got to be real careful here. The rest of the side of Friends is there. Jump forward, Blink Dagger onto 2. Needs to find the follow-up stun. Silence as well. The Magnetize is there, and they have already thrown out the Requiem of Souls. Slowed up for the moment. Ghost Stick is back into the middle of all of them. That Grave doing so much work and heals up off the back of it. Empire actually just destroying, and the Pit of Malice, a ton of work as well. They take down the Shadow Shaman, controlled up again. Oh my god, it lasts forever. The Shurikens are bouncing. These are going to be some more track kills. Tried to kick them away to no avail. They are able to save at least the Elementary, and well, another 3-person crush. Is it going to be enough? Chappie slowed down with that armor. Oh, it wasn't quite enough there, unfortunately. King R, no mana left for any heals, and does look like Always Want to Fly trying to chase down and kill off the starter. Not going to happen. They lose King R as well. So somehow Friends end up making a turnaround of it, and they get Roshan.
Has fallen to the dying forever.
I mean, it cost him a buyback, but I don't know.
No, that was definitely worth it. I mean, it looked like the fight definitely was in Radiant's favor, but they were
Radiant's
also
middle
low.
tower
Like they
is
just had to
under
take
attack.
what they have gotten and just walked away. But stuck around a little too long. I mean, this TA it's just like TA in the early game. You know, you pretty much like 3-shot people. So he was able to finish off a couple of people, and then since everyone else on Radiant was just way too low, I mean, he gets to finish the Rokon. So overall, definitely a victory for Dire. They just need to be a little bit careful with that kind of engagement next time. I think you can't underestimate the weave. Like they just looked at they looked the weave in the face, and then they tried to fight it.
That's a scary thing to do for sure. And I mean, Dazzle just hitting 6 right before that definitely made that fight viable for them. It lasted long enough. They actually got a second weave off as well. But I thought for a second that Timber saw, you know, going back and having the Medallion of Courage was going to be enough to keep him alive, but it didn't end up happening as we got some wonderful T-tours going on as Bounty Hunter dies again.
Yeah, this warding is just crushing Always Wanna Fly. He's, you know, trying his best to get information for his team, but he just keeps walking through these Dire wards.
Well, Tier 1 tower now going to go down, and that's going to constrict their ability to move around the map even further. Deso picked up for the Templar Assassin, and I mean, you've got a Solar Crest now.
They have wards up. There should be a tier 2. So, I mean, they're playing around the wards really well. Every time they use it, they've gotten something with it. And even if they don't get this tier 2, I mean, this is a lot of tier 2 damage.
Well, Chappie shows up into the mid lane, and well, the jump forward as well. Oh god, Crush not quite going to be able to contain him. It looks like they might lose the Slardar off the back of this. They take the tier 2 tower though. Still tracked up on 1, 2. I don't think that they're going to be able to find the follow-up. Looks like the rest of the side of Friends will escape.
Alright, maybe that was a little ambitious on Sardar's part, but, you know, they all back up together. They only lose Sardar, they get 2 towers. I think this is still, like, very much in Dire's hands right now. Like, I feel like this is definitely how they imagined they wanted to play out this kind of lineup.
The interesting thing about it is that you still got net worth into the favor of Friends right now. Experience very heavily into the favor of Empire, which is maybe the bit more surprising fact there, considering they've sort of been really hampered the last couple of minutes. But I guess you can sort of see that they've been splitting around the map to the best of their abilities, trying to get those levels. And is there a point you feel like where you get back into the control of this game as Empire? Something that maybe they're waiting for?
I mean, their team fight is definitely, like, really strong, especially with the Underlord having Guardian Greaves. They just have to, like, be really careful of how they take the team fights, because, you know, there's a lot of potential disastrous team fight abilities that could happen from Dire's side, like multi-person crush or a kick. Oh, bottom lane.
Chappie! Oh god, it's gone wrong. There's the jump in. They have a silence as well. Magnetize used just every damn thing thrown at his face, and well, he is gonna timber. I mean, somehow this is actually working out, but
okay.
Yeah, he's gonna go down.
Yeah, Solar Crest. I mean, this thing makes him really tanky, but
and
it's just not enough.
I guess the interesting thing about it is that the majority of the damage does just come from right click, so it's kind of a great item for survivability. I'll always want to fly. Say it ain't so. That's not what you wanted. And there's another kill.
They definitely have to be careful with how they walk around the map together. I don't think they should be, you know, walking around like this.
Oh, what? Oh my god, QWE, oh my god, what a player! The kick away from the Dark Rift. Holy shit, that was beautiful.
This Earth Spirit is a god. This is why it was picked up in the first place. This guy is amazing with this hero. I mean, this is like not even the first time he's made good plays this game. He just consistently performs on this.
Oh my god, I'm getting sick from his plays. That was really goddamn good. I don't think I've seen one of those before. But I mean, Shadow Fiend going down there.
Yeah, very important pickup for the Dire side. I mean, Shadow Fiend is their highest net worth right now, and I mean, he's like their only right clicker. If they don't have Juggernaut, I mean, not Juggernaut. If they don't have Shadow Fiend, I don't think there's any way this Juggernaut dies. Same with well, I mean, I think TA can die, but I don't think there's any way Juggernaut dies if you don't have the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's something to consider. And I mean, you talked about earlier the wards going up and how dangerous that is. It's starting to happen. They're grouped up again. Do you think that they use them here for this tier 1 tower?
I mean, they're gonna need it for the team fight, most likely. I'm pretty sure they wanted to save it for tier 2
Okay.
if they were able to get this uncontested, but looks like all the Radiant is here, so they're just gonna back up, it seems. But they're getting sandwiched. I think this might be a team fight.
Yeah. Bounty Hunter's still there. It looks like he was going for the courier, realizes that he's going to be needed in this fight, possibly. They have a Sentry Ward down up front and center, but they don't realize that Bounty Hunter is behind, scouting everything out. So, well, this is still very, very scary. Rest of the side of Radiant grouped up. They use the weave. They're going to want to fight around this. Still eyes on him, but they spot don't always want to fight. Dust used. Can they stop him? They're not in the pit of malice right now. And, well, there's the jump forward. They kill off that bounty. Now controlling Ghost Stick. They know how to throw in, but a big crush connects onto Chappie. They have them magnetized down as well. Ghost Stick is going to get grazed, so still kept alive for the moment. Omni Slash has gone out as well. King R able to Ghost Scepter and walk away, but Chappie, he just eliminated right there from the TA. Now they're looking for more friends on the hunt, taking kills, and, well, Dark Rift used far too late at this point. It will save him, I believe, but that's all. That was really close.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But I mean, they just got demolished, and this is a tier 1. I'm pretty sure they have enough time for tier 2 as well. I mean, he doesn't have mana for the wards, but I think TA's damage alone should provide them enough damage for this tier 2 tower. And then it will allow them to save up the Frost Awards for a potential bottom. No, he just uses it here. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like after this one, you can just move on down bottom, take that, clean up the shrines, and easy peasy game for friends. You know, off the back of this no fear Earth Spirit, he has been playing out of his mind, and everybody's been playing really good, honestly. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, you can definitely see like the teamwork on this team. They're just moving together very, very well. And I think they just kind of chill now for a little bit and probably wait for the ward.
What?
They spotted out, always want to fly
oh
again.
my god! Oh, they knew! I mean, granted, there was probably one place that he would have gone to. It's just, again, in the context of like the good plays that we've been seeing as from the team as a whole, they have just dealt with this bounty hunter so well. And it's not necessarily anything that Always Want to Fly is doing wrong, it's just that you have friends playing so well around it.
I think they just have his number. I don't think I mean, they probably just practice against each other all the time, it feels like. I mean, this bounty hunter was just completely shut down. I feel like they just know.
Yeah. True enough. Well, I'm trying to keep an eye on all the talents. I'm still waiting for a hot piece, that way we could just see all of the talents that got picked, but I don't know if that's ever going to actually happen. Anything that's really sticking out to you talents-wise? I saw the spell amplification coming out from the Shadow Fiend, which is a little bit of a different one than I'm used to seeing.
Oh, really? I feel like most people always take the spell amp, but I could be wrong. I just like the spell amp because, I mean, personally, I'm in favor of the Scepter build.
Yeah.
So 6% goes a long way when you have the Scepter build. But gonna have to give it a little more time to see how people develop this Shadow Fiend build.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's worth noting right now as well that Empire has been playing this pretty well as far as, like, you know, realizing which fights they can take and which they can't. And now you've got Dark Rift available, so the whole team can try and head up and take this Tier 3 tower. It does look like that Tier 2 is going to go down now. TPs are going to start to show up. They have already jumped on top of No Fear, tracked up and brought down. Magnetize connects onto 4 of them, silenced all up, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to actually push them back. And, I mean, honestly, if Empire just stay here, I don't know if they can deal with this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, they're just getting out.
Okay.
Oh, they cut his tree.
Crush. Yeah.
Oh, 5-man crush into goodbye. Everyone's gone. Oh, Juggernaut? He's out.
Yeah,
He knows there's no way. There's no one who can stop his TP.
good stuff. He's able to get out of there. Again, easy peasy for him. Helm of the Dominator picked up again on Juggernaut. This item has sort of had a lot of controversy surrounding it when it first came out. How do you feel about it as a whole right now?
Talking about, wait, what were
Helm
you
of the
talking about?
Dominator?
I think this item is like really damn strong. It's just, I originally imagined like it would be a better pickup for supports, but a lot of carries seem to be picking it up still. And I think they just pick it up for like the utility you get from the creeps.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's a Satyr Banisher here. That might come into play in this next team fight. They have caught the TA for the moment, and Jump forward from the Shadow Shaman. Crush is also going to connect onto 2. Omni Slash is already out, continuing to hit onto that Shadow Fiend. Silence before he can get anything off. Nice kick away, though. Oh, and it's going to actually catch him in the midst of the traps. That is another brought down. Life the Shadow Shaman still brought low. Chappie is getting chased down as well by the Slardar. They run aggressively in his direction, but won't end up taking him down. Another big crush, controlled by the Pit of Malice, though, and the stun comes out. Going to connect onto the Timbersaw again. God, TA just destroys these people, and Chappie is actually getting a lot of value out of this Solar Crest. It's not going to be able to bring him down, it doesn't look like. I don't think, at least. Yeah, with Ghost Stick in the area, they can't chase too much further. So Solar Crest working, and it looks like off of this, Dire can just back up, take that Rosh if they want to, or finish off the Shrine, honestly.
Doesn't look like they're just going straight for Roshan again.
Is under attack.
I mean, I don't think there's much Empire can do now that their Shadow Fiend is dead, and this should translate to Friend kills, I believe.
Yeah, they might just keep going for it, honestly. Ghost Stick? Oh no, he's gonna try and Dark Rift. Is it enough? Can he get out? Poor little. All right, he goes down.
Oh, that was so close.
That was actually a little bit scary there by the Earth Spirit. Second time he's kicked somebody. By the way, I'm not sure, but I think in that last team fight, did No Fear kick, like he kicked him into the place where where Shadow Shaman could control him with the wards, right? Like I didn't miss that.
I'm actually. He kicked them up into the hill. Yeah. I think he didn't actually mean to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
The Shadow Fiend? I think he meant to kick him towards the river.
Okay. Well, in either case, it really ended up working out. 27 minutes in, and Friends is taking a substantial lead from what was once looking like Empire was at least going to have the experience gain advantage. What do you see it as ways to come back from this for Empire at this point?
It's going to come down to the high ground defense and then utilizing Pit Lord's ultimate. I think you can kind of get some kind of map control back by pushing lanes out and safely retreating with the Pit Lord ultimate. But apart from that, it's just most of it's just going to be their high ground defense. They can hold, then I mean that's their ticket back into the game, but they're going to have to hold against Shadow Shaman wards, which might prove a little difficult.
Take that as tribute.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a really tough one. We're getting multiple medallions across the board now as well. Dazzle's already picked up a Ghost Scepter as well, realizing there's just no way for him to survive in these fights otherwise. But what do you think about the potential Atos pickup as well by the Underlord? Oh wait, he's actually going to go back now for the Shiva's Guard. That makes a little bit more sense to me.
Double damage.
Yeah, wait, is it Shiva's? No, I think it's Lotus Sword. It should be Lotus Sword.
Did he switch it up? Oh yeah, he did switch it up again. It had Shiva's on there for a second. This is the thing that's going to mess me up from now on. I get to see what the pros are potentially building, and then I'll get switched up again.
Change it. Yeah.
DD on the TA. This is a problem. They drop the wards, jumps forward. King R going to get the Ghost Scepter off the time. Pops her BKB, still taking a good bit of damage. But already that tower is gone, and well, she's going to hit away onto the melee barracks. Almost out of BKB charges, and like she'll back out off the back of that. Stunned up, silence onto 2 as well. The wards die, but so does the melee barracks. Empire feeling very pressed.
That was a really good high ground siege. Like, they barely committed anything. It was just wards and 1 BKB usage. And they got the melee racks. Need to back up and wait for everything again. This is just overall really, really well-disciplined play from Friends.
Love to see it. And, I mean, it's feeling like there's no great way back into this if you don't mess up, basically. Like if you don't overextend. And with the Shadow Shaman wards, it's sort of the same story as like SD Luna. You never have to. You can sort of play that safe game. Just run up, drop wards, back out again. He's going for Ags, almost has it, only 600 gold away for the Shadow Shaman.
Yep, and it's going to make it that much more difficult. It's, let me see. The Scepter, like, makes, I could have sworn they... Oh, wait a second.
They are in the area. They have Shadow Fiend also there, starting to take down that TA. They've already killed off Always Wanna Fly. But now the jump forward crush not going to connect. Chappie running away on the right side of the battle. Get the amp damage, but nothing else. It's the double attack with it, isn't it? Dags.
It's it adds like more damage as on the level 1 ward versus level 3 without.
Oh god. Oh, that hurts. This is going to be a problem. Magnetize out of bound, and he's going to get actually pulled back in, and Guardian Greaves is going to keep him alive for the moment. They pop the fountains. Everybody's healed back up to full. Pit of Malice onto 2. They drop the wards. Chappie not going to be entangled in them, but they can still hit onto the tower. Stunning up King R. Force Staff back out of the fray. And it looks like they won't actually get the tower with that round of wards.
Right. They managed to hold this one.
40 armor on Underlord. Jeez.
That Lotus Orb is actually like doing a lot for their team right now. This was like the difference between being able to hold high ground versus not being able to at the bottom.
Just being able to debuff the Magnetize, or what was it?
Oh, you're able to get rid of like sheep on your teammates, I believe, and you're also removing amplified damage, which is like a huge source of damage for them.
Okay. Well, good stuff then.
And having the dazzle, this dazzle is just like making life really difficult for Dire, because everyone they try to burst down just gets saved by the dazzle, and it's really hard for them to position to like change targets as well.
Yeah. Up. Peace. Catch you later. Oh god, Chappie caught mid-chain. Oh my goodness! That's a lot of damage. Elementary destroying faces. Daedalus completed. In the meantime, that was the Shiva's Guard for Chappie. Oh god, that hurts. 3 minutes.
That really does hurt.
Out.
That was so much damage. Even without reactive armor stacks, he still has 24 armor, and he just gets demolished by corrosive haze, now that it's called.
Corrosive haze.
Meld and Desolator, that's like almost 30 armor gone. Like, you can't survive it, even with all the armor items. You need Weave on you, and you need a Lotus Orb to remove the amplified damage if you're going to survive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chappie, once that really strong survivable hero, is really struggling at this point. And you see Shadow Fiend, he's going back. The damage per souls, it's picked up, but he just does not have enough to be able to survive through this onslaught that's coming his way. Dazzle is going to need to be on point. King R has made those big plays for this team in the past. He's going to have to make it happen again for his team here. Smoked up.
Oh, I see what you mean by the Scepter Serpent ward. Okay.
Stunned up.
Stepping in.
Crush. Chappie taking damage. Omni Slash out there as well. The Lotus Orb's going to keep him alive, though. It's fine and dandy. No fuss, no muss. They are just going to be able to back out. Oh, nice kick away, but it might cost him his life. No, Force Staff roll away. All right, No Fear is just making things happen for his team. He throws himself into the Pit of Malice to save his buddy.
Another solid hold. I mean, I think every time they hold like this, they kind of give themselves a chance to farm their way back into this game, I think.
Yeah. And, I mean, you mentioned it also, the Lotus Orb constantly being available. You could take it off of Always Wanna Fly right now if you wanted, but Ghost Stick feeling more safe if he keeps it for himself. So what's the answer then? How do you break this high ground if you're the Dire side right now, if you're friends?
I think they just keep doing what they've been doing. They just wait for someone to show up, and then they pick them off. Unfortunately for them, they picked off Timbersaw, and Timbersaw had Bloodstone, so it just comes back way too quickly. But they just keep farming the map right now and kind of contain the Radiant in their base, and then try their best to find pickoffs. If that doesn't happen, then you're still farming the entire map while there's stuff in their base.
Yeah. I guess the other thing to keep in mind here is that we're getting closer to those level 25 talents for TA, so there's still some room to grow. No great need. Have you seen the +3 refraction instances?
Well, I mean, I can kind of imagine what it would be like.
It's absurd.
It lasts forever. It lasts forever.
I mean, you just don't die. It's pretty absurd how good it is. Looks like TA is going to decide to keep the diffusal blade up and instead put the cheese. Did she pass the cheese off to somebody? Yeah, give it to No Fear. That's the play.
All right, it's time to hold high ground again. This time again, cheese and images.
All right, we'll see if they can do it. This is one of those moments, do or die.
They do have AC on the SF as well, so their team fight is a lot stronger now. The Timber with the Shivas as well. They want to fight outside as well. I like this positioning coming out of Empire.
Yeah. Oh, there's the roll in onto Chappie. They kick him back. Shiva's guard used. They can't take it off immediately. Lotus Orb is there. Going to keep him alive again. Elementary jumps forward, catches onto Ghost Stick. They're going to be able to force staff away, so still alive. I mean, that's definitely a hold right now. They might be able to find more.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a hold for now, but at the same time, three-man
person crush. This is scary. Catches onto 2. Ghost Stick dropping low, but the Grave comes out, going to keep him alive. Omni Slash is also there, and it looks like they're going to be able to keep that Underlord alive. Chappie turns back around, is going to be controlled up by the wards. Stunned as well. Nice play there. Can he get out? They just can't kill off this Timbersaw. Too tanky, and he's going to walk away. Can he actually survive through that? He does. The tower eventually goes down, but still, that hold, it's really feeling like this is a turnaround for Empire.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
I was going to say, like, you know, holding like that doesn't mean too much until you force them to commit like
Radiant's bottom
some of their
barracks has
cooldowns,
fallen.
which is pretty much just the Serpent Words. And I mean, this is probably one of the better holds you can ask for. I mean, this time it was against Aegis and Cheese, and they managed to only lose the tower off the back of Serpent Wards.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that you've said it right. Like the fighting outside of the base, so key in that instance, and they held as long as they could. Chappie has been incredibly survival this. Like, that was pretty absurd.
I mean, as long as there's no Slardar ultimate on him, like, he should be able to survive. Like, that's the only thing that's going to kill him, because he just has so much armor when you don't have Ghost of Haze on you. You just build up a couple of charges, you have Weave on you, and you even have Lotus Orb prepared for you. It's just so much armor.
Oh, Gem gonna reveal the Juggernaut there as well. Yeah, they've been doing a good job of it, and, you know, TA has been able to pick up the MKB now. So holding the Diffusal Blade off in the backpack. Aghanim's done for the Shadow Shaman. We talked about that. There's still a lot of room left to grow for these dire carries, it feels like. Maybe not so much for the TA, but the Juggernaut at least.
Well, Rod of Ato's fun. Oh, it's Ghost again.
Crush. There's the Lotus Orb. Sheeped up onto life as well. That's one already dead. Always Want to Fly is out of this fight. BKB has been popped now for the Slardar, continuing to go for the chase. Weave onto a couple. Omni Slash is there. He's in some trouble. They do get the Grave off last second. King R is going to go down by the end of it all, and now controlling up Ghost Stick. That's a dead Underlord. Gem on the ground as well. And that might be what they need now. Buyback status not available for any of them. The only ones that have it is that Timbersaw. This feels like it could be the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately for Empire, just getting caught out like that, it's a very, very different game when you get caught out in an area like that versus defending their high ground. And this is what Friends were waiting for, just for them to slip up. And
Well,
just like that, the entire team is just waiting on this.
oh god, and that hurts. Yeah, all of the right clicks coming out now from the wards.
Look at that Scepter.
Yeah, it does a lot. They take down the barracks really quickly. Could rotate mid if they wanted to at this point. Underlord's going to be back up in 20 seconds. Can they actually make this happen? Showing the aggression that they want to go for. A lot of damage dealt onto that Jug. He is actually going to go down. That's Aegis used at the very least. Chappie still has amp damage on him, so needs to be careful here. Could go for the spin, TP away, or just walk away if you wanted. Oh wait, no spin for 3 seconds. They just can't control him. They got all this track, but just not enough lockdown.
Yeah, and now Friends are going to have to back up. Hitlord is alive again, but you know, they got a lot out of that. They got to top rack, a decent amount of damage on the mid tower. I mean, if they really wanted to play it safe, they could just keep farming and wait for next Roshan again, and then try to siege once again.
I mean, the thing that's crazy about this is that Empire is still not completely out of this game. Like, you know, you get one team fight that turns back the other direction, and suddenly they're back in it, but it's going to take a lot. There's still tier 2 towers that are up, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, you know, they have all these tracks going out, but there's just no one to catch anyone. There's not a single stun. I mean, your best bet is like Rod of Atos on the Underlord. Like, that's all you got.
Yeah.
And they're just marching down mid. I guess they're just all in now. They just want to see if they can take a fight outside of their base. So if things go poorly here, the game's pretty much over.
Well, there's the Atos down. Connects one on the Pit of Malice, trying to fight this. The stun is out as well. Does look like Shadow Fiend is trying to continue the chase. I mean, they do a lot of damage. We'll see if they can make this work. Dark Rift pullback. Oh, they're ratting him out at the same time. That's going to be the Juggernaut. Spinning, TPing away, and, well, no way to kill him off in time. So, just like that, Radiant forced back into their base, and frustration abound.
Yeah, Dire's doing a really good job just keeping them in their base. So, I mean, Radiant realized, like, you know, they have to stick together with this Pit Lord. If they ever walk outside their base, like, you have to be next to Pit Lord. With 2 lanes down, I mean, it's so easy for Dire to just force them back. Like, the window of opportunity for them to come back into this game is so small, it feels.
Yeah. Well, it just felt like it was one of those instances where you wanted to win your lanes really hard, and they sort of did on Empire, but just too much rotations. I think the Earth Spirit did a good amount in the early game, and then afterwards, like, Shadow Fiend maybe needs to be a little bit bigger. Right now, though, the amp damage is out, and on top of him, kicked back in as well. Ghost Stick. The damage is not there, though. They do not have the rest of the team with them, and TA is here, but not nearly enough. Chappie, they drop down the wards as well. Everybody's still very survivable. Magnetizes out as well. Kicked back again. That's a kill. And now, all right, controlled up. There's Chappie going to get shackled and brought down. Shadow Fiend also outside of the base. Not long for this roll. He's turning and trying to fight. Does take down that Slaughter, but dies in turn. They buy back on the Timber Saw, but it doesn't look like it's ever going to be enough. Friends, making a dominant display here early. Omni slash out, connects onto 2, right clicks, Ghost Stick going to drop, and, well, Chappie activating the fountain, but that's GG.
Well, valiant effort from them. They tried to take a fight outside their base because they realized, you know, if we can't even win a team fight outside, they did their best. Despite the mountain that they had to climb, they, you know, kind of got partway, but not quite enough.
Well, for me at least, just off of that one play and several others, it felt like No Fear was the MVP of the match. 10 supporting. That's when it feels like it's a good one. Anything stand out to you in this game as far as, like, things that you're looking forward to the next game? Or is there any sort of semblance of hope here for Empire? Or is it kind of, did you feel like they were sort of just outplayed?
No, I think there definitely is hope for them. It's just the snowball effect for Friends was just, like, way too much. And they just got a couple pickoffs, drop wards, they take 2 towers, and then just repeated that, like, a couple of times. And all of a sudden you lose all your towers, and it's just so difficult to fight into that. And apart from that, I think maybe just ban out the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, it's also worth noting TA 19-0. It's not often that something like that happens. It's a little bit of a problem. So maybe they need to try and do something to deal with that. I guess maybe just give your mid a better matchup. I'm not exactly sure. That was rough, though. Well, we'll be right back in just a little bit, everybody. Star Ladder EU Division is going to be coming up shortly. Again, this is Team Empire versus Friends. Best of 3 single elimination qualifier matches for the iLeague Season 3. Been Lyrical, he's been Aosin. We'll be right back in a bit.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft.